Welcome back to The Quiet Shift. And if you're here on this channel, it's because part of you already know this. Listen up. Quiet moments can be more powerful than loud ones. Yes. And today, I wanted to tell you a story just like that. And here's the theme. But before we even begin, because I want you to stay, I wanted to carry you throughout the whole story. Love. Love doesn't have to be loud to last. But sometimes the softest love becomes the loudest reason for us to keep going. So stay with me to the end because this one will find you. And here today, it's Emma's story. I'm grateful for her brave story to share this story with us. She was a young girl the day her world shifted. An ordinary pickup. Except it wasn't her mother waiting at the school gate. It was her grandfather. You know, children feel those shifts before anyone finds the words to explain it to them. And when she got home that day, she saw her father in a hospital gown. Nobody said a word out loud. The whole house was silent. She didn't need them to. Some truths arrive through feelings, long before language catches up to us. From that day on, her father started buying and preparing Chinese herbs, a quest, quietly, trying to find anything possible to heal him. And in the middle of all of that fear, something unexpected bloomed. She found her favorite place in the entire world, sitting there beside him on the living room floor, sorting herbs into little piles. Isn't that how it is so often goes? Pain and closeness walking through the very same door. He wasn't a man of words. He carried his hopes, his fears, his disappointment all within, deep inside his core. The way so many parents do, quietly protecting their children from weights they never wanted to put down themselves. She remembers running to sit beside him on that couch in the living room every afternoon. She was thrilled just to be near him. And he would gently tell her, "Be careful." That's when she saw them, the bubbles, small bubbles forming on his hands. A child doesn't always understand a moment like that, but her body remembered anyway. Sitting on his lap, playing the games on his phone, soaking to that ordinary time, as if some part of her already knew to hold on to that tight, that presence. Then came a bigger change. She moved to the United States to live with her auntie, another relative, her mother's sister, to a new country, a new language, and an entire different life, all carrying her father's absence with her whole way over. At first there were video calls, his face on the screen. He was still there, but something she could hold onto. Then slowly those calls got harder and harder to watch, until one day, calling her mother with her aunts close by, she saw him in the background. Same hospital gown, again, but thinner, more tired than usual, as she could remember. Her aunt told her then, as gently as anyone could, that he couldn't simply talk anymore. He had no energy to talk or to move. That summer, right after third grade, the news came. He was gone. She didn't know how to hold something that was so big. She laughed laughed and laughed hard and deeper. It was strange. A child's heart reached for when the grief is too heavy, too enormous to carry in any other way. For years and years, she carried this guilt over and over, that laugh, believing it. It meant something about her that it never did. But here is what needs to be said to her and to anyone listening to this who's carrying a moment like that. That laugh was never disrespect. It was survival. And sometimes healing means turning around and finally forgiving the child we used to be for making it through the only way she knew how. This message is to her. Her mother waited and waited for the right moment to deliver this message to Emma. This happened over a year ago. She gave her something she never expected. Words her father had left behind. His last one. Kept it in the memory to be delivered at the right moment. Emma, I want to read them to you the way I imagine he would have want them to be heard. Emma, if you're hearing to this right now, it means your mother felt you're finally ready for it. You already heard this, but I want to share here. Whatever I am, that I got the time right now, I was never a man of words. You knew that about me, but I hope you always understood that I said everything I needed to say without speaking. And the herbs we sorted together on the living room floor, in my lap when you climb onto, and the hands that carefully held yours. That was never silence, Emma. That was love. Doing the only thing it knew how to do. I didn't want to leave you. But if I could leave you with one thing, it isn't grief, it's hope. And I hope you go far. I hope you fight for your dreams, for your success, for the life you're building. Even on the days that it feels impossible, especially on those days. Yes. You don't have to carry that day. The day the news came as guilt. You're just a child facing something too big for any child to hold alone. I was never anything but proud of you, not for 1 second. So hear me now. However this reaches you, you have everything you need inside you to win at this life. Not despite what happened to us, because of everything you carry and are still standing after. Keep going. Keep going for yourself. I promise you, some part of me is still there, walking beside you. That's beautiful. A few months ago, after this, that was the moment her mother chose to deliver this message to Emma. And after that, something shifted in Emma's life. She wasn't always the strongest student. She confided that with me. Every year would be hard. But after that, she developed a determination. And somewhere along the way, she will be the strongest girl she could possibly be. I'm so proud of Emma. Her grades came better and better. She invested in herself. But I want to tell here something, the truth to be told, and it matters. It wasn't the letter that changed her. It was her all along. It wasn't her father's word along that turned things around for her. Words can open doors, for sure. Stars can move people, but they can't walk through the door with you What changed everything was Emma herself deciding to believe in her own potential. So Emma, everything you need, it's already inside you. It's always been there for you. Nobody can hand that to you, not even in a letter, not even from someone who loved you so much as your father did. Only you can choose to reach out for the stars, to use it. And you did, and you're doing it every day, growing, learning from everything. You did that, Emma. And maybe that's the thread running through this beautiful story that you're sharing here. Thank you for allowing me to tell this story. A father who rarely spoke, he felt out loud, who loves you, who searched through those herbs to try to be with you one more moment. In the hands that held you with such care, a love that even in silence, from a hospital bed, even in the very last words he ever left behind, was still pointing his daughter towards who she was becoming. And that's beautiful. That's today's theme, love. And I hope you carry it with you. Love doesn't have to be loud to last. Sometimes the softest love becomes the loudest reason for us to keep going. Thank you for staying here to the end with me, with Emma's story. And if any part of this found a way to you, if you saw yourself somewhere in it, or someone you love, someone you've lost, someone you love, or someone who loves you without needing to say it out loud, that's exactly what this story is here for. Thank you, Emma, for trusting me to deliver this beautiful story. Thank you for staying with us and listening to the story. And there's more. This is not a goodbye, because she will be with you and me. We're going to have a talk together, and Emma herself will get to share some of her voice and her story too. She is on it. She volunteered to do this. Thank you so much for today, and see you soon.